How do you guys feel about the Joe Biden cover-up?
I don't think there was a cover-up.
Is this Beetlejuice's evil brother?
And do you trust the mainstream media these days?
Yes.
And what do you think about them saying that Joe Biden was fit to become president once again?
Big mistake.
And why do you think they were defending Joe Biden for so long?
Because they didn't have anything else to do.
This woman's hands are bigger than his.
Because they didn't have anything else to do. They had nobody else.
Are you a Democrat?
Yes.
And how do you feel about being lied to from the mainstream media about Joe Biden being fit to run for president?
Listen, what's going on with Trump, it just sort of doesn't even make any difference.
First of all, there's been no cover-up. I want to be very clear about that. I know that's the
Guys, I think she's pretty, and I love her outfits. And she's not the first pretty woman to lie, okay?
you all want. Wait, no, you can't.
The Democrats have been involved in a big cover-up here. They've been trying to prevent the people from seeing what all of us in close proximity have seen.
Well, calling it a cover-up, it's pretty strong words. Are you suggesting that there's something that needs to be investigated in a serious way?
Jake Tapper, you really are a piece of shit, aren't you? And he was in the middle of writing about how it was a cover-up at this very moment, or his ghostwriter was. We know this.
It is.
He aged like 10 years in 5 minutes.
Without question, and maybe even worse than Watergate in some ways.
Right.
So would you feel better if Joe Biden was still in office?
No.
And who would you have liked to see them run for president if you guys had a choice?
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders, she probably hooked up with him in the back of a 1967 Chevelle. Guys, what are we doing? There's not a single car available on the market right now that looks even half as good as these.
And do you believe that Joe Biden has just now been diagnosed with cancer, or do you think they knew about it long before?
I think they just found out about it.
Yeah, I hope that's the case. How do you feel about...
I don't even care what she has to say. I agree with whatever it is.
How do you feel about the mainstream media being caught for lying about Joe Biden's well-being when he was running for president?
I didn't know anything about that. I live under a rock.
Do you trust mainstream media?
No, definitely not.
I based it on vibes. I knew I was going to love her.
What do you think it says about the Democratic Party with them being caught about lying for Joe Biden?
I mean, I think politicians lie in general. So, I mean, it sucks, but I think there's a lot of just lying.
You know what I love, though? I love the lace choker collars. I tell my wife to wear them. Do you know how often she wears them? 0 times. Do you know what else needs to come back? Puka shells.
It sucks, but I think there's a lot of just lying in politics and the media and the entire system.
Would you like to see anybody have to testify in front of Congress?
I think the more truth that's exposed, the better, for sure.
And will you ever trust mainstream media like CNN, MSNBC after what they just unrevealed with Joe Biden's well-being when he was president?
I've never trusted mainstream media in general. Like, even you take things like when there's like a shark attack, they always dramatize it and they focus on negative things because it's better for views. So at the end of the day, they're not there to educate the public. Like, all they want to do is get views. So I don't think it's like ever been a reliable source of media.
All right, what gang is this? MS-69?
How do you feel about them covering up Joe Biden?
Whoa, hold on. You see that? Is this a thing, guys? These finger tattoos?
The media and the White House.
Why does that bother you?
Does it bother you?
Does it bother me that they covered him up? Wow, that's a good question because, we were in dire straits at the time, I feel, so, geez, Joe's a good man. He did a lot,
What? That is the gayest shit I ever heard.
He created an economy that was beautiful, and then
What? No. That's the gayest shit I ever heard.
within 100 days, it was demolished.
Is that a nipple? All right.
You asked a really good question, actually.
Because shouldn't people be concerned about the media that gets put out into America if they openly knew that Joe Biden was not well, yet they said that he was well for the rest of America to see and vote on?
Yeah?
Do you not feel offended that the media lied to people of the Democratic Party
You
in
don't
the way
feel
they did?
offended. Well, look at the other side. There's nothing but lies and lies and lies over lies. It's just an ad nauseum lies. So the Democrats tried to protect Joe. Yeah, okay. I'm okay with that.
Trump said Joe Biden was not for open borders. He never talked about open borders where criminals of all kinds, shapes, and sizes can flow into our country at will. It was the people that knew he was cognitively impaired and that took over the auto pen. They stole the presidency of the United States and put us in greater danger. This is treason at the highest level. They did it to destroy our country. Do you believe treason took place underneath Joe Biden?
Who said this? Who's rapid response? Who are they?
That's the White House, and that's Donald Trump.
You know what's so funny is when people say something like source and you're like, the president of the United States, and even that now is not even a legitimate source. Not even the freaking White House is a good source. And now, thanks to COVID, even scientists aren't a good source. Awesome. Good work, society. We're doing very well. We are definitely going to colonize Mars.
Trump's post.
Oh, that's Trump. Jeez, I can't. Sorry. I can't even comment on that. Really.
Why do they do this? This happened in the last street video. Oh, that's Trump. I can't comment on that. I can't say anything. I'm a Democrat. What does that even mean? I can't comment on something? I can literally comment on anything. I will comment on everything. Should I? No, God!
I am so, look at my sign. Anti-Trump.
What do you think that?
What does this even mean? Why do people put themselves in a literal prison? Remember the last video where that woman was like, oh, I can't comment on that because I'm a Democrat. What? Veterans against Trump. You're against the guy. You can't comment on him?
That is treason that took place underneath Joe Biden.
Jesus, you guys are good at this, aren't you?
Do you feel like the American people were lied to when Joe Biden was running for his second term?
Do I hate this guy's outfit? I don't know. Because if it was a woman wearing this outfit, I think I would like it. Because it's retro. It's kind of Barbie-esque, actually. This dude is totally straight, 100%.
Isn't every voter populace lied to every election by every candidate?
And do you think more people should be angry about how they were hiding Joe Biden's mental...
Is he tweaking out? This guy is totally tweaking out. Why does he look like a straighter version of David Hogg?
Mental decline when he was in office.
No, I don't think anger is really helpful because anger is dangerous, and that's why it's in the word.
Holy shit. But hey, so is aroused, kind of.
Do you feel like you guys were being lied to about the mental health of Joe Biden when he was running for president?
Oh, wow. That's an interesting question. Well,
I can't answer that because I'm a Democrat.
possibly. Listen, a lot of things are hidden, especially in politics that they don't want the public to know. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you think they should have taken Joe Biden out of president and said, all right, time to move on?
It's hard to say.
How do you feel about the Joe Biden cover-up?
The Joe Biden cover-up. Tell me more about what you mean.
As far as the media saying that Joe Biden was fit to run for president once again. Now it's been revealed that he was not.
What do you mean revealed that he was not? Because I don't know if
Oh my God, calm down, Jordan Peterson. It depends what you mean by is when you say is.
I could believe it one way or another. I'm not sure.
Bro, I love a shirt. I love that it matches the sunglasses. Looks great.
Candidate to run. Just because I think that a different candidate probably would have had a better chance to win.
Do you think he was actually running the country when he was president?
As much as any president is. I think that most presidents, in fact, even maybe the best ones, aren't making all the decisions themselves. There's a team of advisors. No one person, no matter what title they wind up getting, can know everything. You need to rely on your advisors, people that are experts, to help you out. So I would assume that was true for him and true for any president.
Many times in the press room, the lady was confronted on Joe Biden's cognitive level, and she defended him every single time. Do you think they were being open and honest to the American people, saying that he was fine?
Probably was reasonably telling the truth.
Who did you vote for?
Trump.
And how do you feel about the Joe Biden cover-up scam?
I'm actually pretty upset about it because it seems like they're...
Are we really that upset, though? Guys, let's be honest. Are we really upset that the Democrats were lying about Joe Biden? I'm freaking thrilled. Because for one, we've been saying it the whole time. And two, it just makes them look bad. I'm not going to clutch my pukas and freak out about this.
master magicians. They make a lot of noise over here to distract from all the corruption they're doing over there.
Would you like to see anybody charged with treason for what they did?
I would.
I don't care.
I would. And it starts from Biden on down.
Who do you think was...
Why waste our tax dollars chasing bullshit?
Who do you think was actually in control of the White House underneath Joe Biden?
I would say Jill for a lot of it, and Obama as a shadow government.
Do Do you think the White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, should be held accountable for what she said to the American public, saying that Joe Biden was well?
Absolutely. I think she should be held accountable for a lot of things that she always trended on the reporters or, the American people. Yeah.
See, look at this. Look at how this scallops down like that. God damn, she had the best outfits.
Who was actually the president underneath Joe Biden?
Well, man, unfortunately, we are responsible for Joe Biden being the president.
I'm not an astrologer, but that looks like Cancer.
Even though there might have been some coercion, some usurping, right? Some bribery, we allowed it to happen. Happened all in front of our faces, and we were all completely complacent with it. So, it's our fault.
Would you like to see anybody held responsible for some of the things underneath Joe Biden, though, such as the open borders, the high inflation?
Again, we should all be held responsible. All of us. Yes, it was exacerbated. Yes, it was intentional. But what did all of us do about it? We stood by.
That's about half the video. I'm going to leave a link to the rest of it below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video. And if you haven't seen the reactions that my mother and I did to Donald Trump winning the election, check those out right here. They are hilarious. Here's a sample.
You if you voted for Trump, and here's what I think about it.
Bitch, are we serious right now? Are we serious?
Those go great together. She farts and the next one says, "Are you serious right now?"